Good morning, everyone. How are you feeling? You enjoyed the coffee? You enjoyed the experience zone? I hope it was all the way around, the experience zone. Yes, coffee, yeah. So, first and foremost, it's a great opportunity to be back here at our second ASEAN Innovator Summit in Jakarta. We were here 2 years ago. This time around, we have broken a record. We are approximately 700 people plus in this room, and it's by far the biggest ASEAN Innovator Summits we have across the entire ASEAN region. So thank you for coming and made this a great event. What I do want to do today is to talk a little bit about experience. Why experience matters. Experience matters for so many reasons. The experience that we have as a customer determines whether we are willing to spend more. The experience we have as a customer determines whether we want to stay with the same company that we have purchased from. The experience we have as an employee at the company we are part of, if we have a good employee experience, we want to stay there. Our productivity goes up. I'm sure you all can relate to the fact that in the past, we didn't have too many options. Let's take banking as an example. I'm sure most of you 10, 15, 20 years ago only had one banking account. And how many of you today have more than one banking account? I'm sure a lot of you out there have more. Why? It's because it's so easy to swap bank. The transaction cost of switching is so little, and it's so convenient. So basically, it means we are today in a setup, in an experience economy, where the customer is king. Customer experience is king. It matters fundamentally to the experience we create for our customers. This whole experience notion, it obviously starts with the fact that you have a customer to which that you either sell a product, a tangible product, or for that matter, you sell a service, or it could be a combination of a product and a service. And if you take basically whatever you sell to your customer, the product or the service or both, you wrap around that an experience. An experience in itself is a memorable moment at the point of time you purchase something. You as a customer go on an online platform, buy something, you get an experience. It creates a memorable moment. If that memorable moment is positive, you're more likely to go back. You're more likely to refer to one of your friends, family members, say that this was a great experience. I'm sure we all have our examples of great products experience. I guess my personal great product of experience is Netflix. We all know Netflix? Yeah? So I am the fortunate man of being a father of 4 kids. I have a kid who is 9 years old. I have a kid who is 3 years old, a kid who is 2 years old, and a kid who is 0, just born. I have a wife who's from Latin America, Colombia to be exact, who likes to see Latin American drama. I do not like to watch that, by the way. My kids, you can imagine, have different tastes. And the beauty with Netflix is that we all have our unique user profile. We all get access to the content we like. We always get referred to the things that we are most likely to want to see. We have a platform that is so easy to use that even my son, who's 3 years old, can use it. If you ask me, do I know how much I pay for Netflix? I have no idea. Am I willing to pay double? Absolutely. It's just a fantastic user experience, and me as a customer, I would love to refer it to other customers. The interesting thing is with this experience notion, we as human beings, we are more inclined to talk about our bad user experience as opposed to a good user experience. Just as an example, how often do you guys go to the office in the morning and say, I just had a wonderful trip in the traffic in Jakarta this morning? Doesn't happen too often, right? But we very often go to the office and say the traffic was horrible here. Actually, everything shows that in 95% of the cases, customers are more likely to refer to the bad experience as opposed to the good experience. That is why it's so incredibly important. So, we have concluded that experience matter. We have concluded that a good experience have an opportunity to unlock new value potential for us, give us new revenue streams, making sure we strengthen our business model, retain customer, make sure we don't lose valuable employees. The interesting part of it is, many studies will show and prove that if you go around and ask companies, and I'm sure you can reflect on your own organization, if you ask yourself, are we providing a good user experience to our customer experience to our customers? 80% of all CEOs would say, yes, we do. We deliver a superior customer experience. We deliver a superior employee experience. The reality is, when you ask customers, only 8% will say the same. We did last year a small little survey. It was around 3,000 companies across ASEAN, and asked them the same question. And it was specifically relates to digital experience. 54% of the 3,000 people we asked came back and said that they have a poor digital experience when they engage in various e-commerce platforms in ASEAN. This is obviously something that is very alarming for the companies, for the e-commerce player that they have, and an opportunity for them to improve their customer experience. So, how do we close this so-called experience gap? The experience gap is the so-called gap between the 80% and the 80% you see here. So, what we are trying to do in SAP is basically making sure that we create a framework where that we have a good user experience that can secure that your customer is willing to spend more. Your customers are willing to refer their experience to other customers so they can come to your shop or to your business. Everything shows that individuals who have a good customer experience likely spend 50% more than someone who have had a mediocre experience. Interesting thing shows as well that just in terms of company that provide a unique and a consistent positive customer experience perform significantly better on the stock exchange. And the part that I think become incredibly important in the whole setup we have here in ASEAN is around the trust factor. We have a situation where every company, and I'm sure most of you will concur with this as well for your respective organization, data is becoming the new gold. The more data and information you have about your customer, the more you are able to personalize your products, your services to your customer. The more you are able to identify what are the most effective campaign services you can create for them, the more new revenue stream you can create. The challenge we have, however, if your customers do not trust you, they're not willing to share the data. So we did some studies again last year, which shows that if you have a good user experience, you are 50% more likely to share your personal information, your preferences, indicate what else you would like to buy. So in your pursuit to gain new revenue stream, grow top line, gain new customer, gain new logos in your business, it becomes so incredibly important that you create a unique and a special and positive customer experience so you ultimately can get your customer to share more information. SAP has been around for a while. We actually been around here for 47 years. Most of our customers don't even know, but we are actually the longest standing of the big tech players we have in this industry. And we, with our 425,000 customers around the world, have basically projected ourselves to be a world leader in the enterprise software space. What does that mean? It means that today we have SAP solution which basically do everything from managing your supplier to managing your supply chain, managing your customer, your financial, your HR, and so forth. All these activities and processes are fueled by operational data. It's basically data facts around how your business is running, what is happening. The part that we so far have not have access to within SAP is the emotional part, that what we call the experience data, the X data. Why is it happening? Why is it your customer like to buy a certain product? Why is it your employee decide to leave for one of your competitor? Why is it your customer would like to refer you to one of their other customer-based peer customers that they have? If you combine the X and the O data, you basically end up in a situation that you complete your value chain. And SAP recently acquired a company called Qualtrics. Qualtrics is the world leader in experience management. And with the forces of Qualtrics in experience management and the long legacy and history in SAP around operational data, we now have the benefit of completing the value chain end-to-end with X data and O data. So can you imagine that going forward, you're able to read in real time the sentiment from the markets, the sentiments from your customer, the reactions from the customers that you have when they buy something, when they return a good, and you can react in real time. You can adjust your products, your services, you can adjust your campaigns accordingly. What we have done with this acquisition of Qualtrics, we have basically put together our intelligent enterprise, which is grounded in our S4 solution, that's our digital core, with our more than 3,000 products, basically managing businesses end-to-end, from front end to back end, and combining and seamlessly integrating with Qualtrics to give you this experience management notion. That means effectively you are able to, going forward, managing not only the what, but also understand the why. And when you put these two things together, you have an absolutely beautiful harmony of a solution stack that give you ability for you to differentiate yourself from any of your competitors. So where does that leave us? It leaves us in a situation right now that you as an SAP customer have the benefit to analyze your data end to end. It gives you an opportunity to read in real time the emotional data. It gives you the ability in real time to make sure you understand where you can innovate new business model. Going back to my previous example before with Netflix. Netflix, when they started back in '97, they were basically selling DVDs. They were basically renting out DVDs. They found out very quickly nobody wants to buy DVDs anymore. It took them a little bit of a while to get to that point. And they were eventually started to create a business where they were streaming their online content. Imagine in the case of Netflix that they would be able to get that information much faster. It wouldn't have taken them 10 years to come to the point of concluding that selling DVD is a bit of a dinosaur business. It gives you an opportunity right now with this end-to-end stack that you have the chances to basically optimize your processes end-to-end. Understand how you can optimize your process to not only drive down cost, but also to improve your employee experience, improve the intention rate. I'm sure all of you sit with your own experience from your respective companies, where you sometimes have sitting and been filing an expense claim, at least that's a part I don't like, sitting and recording a leave request or something like that, and you get madly frustrated because the system, the process are very cumbersome. And those are some of the things that influence us to desire to go to another organization. So what I want to leave with you is that this new form architecture, this partnership we now have between what SAP can do and with Qualtrics coming as part of the SAP family, you have an entirely new world of opportunity for you to venture into new business model, create new revenue streams, optimizing your business, and basically make sure that you improve your retention of your employee base. With that, I will encourage you to go out to the experience zone. You will see some various videos, demos, and explanations from my colleagues, and they will give you a glimpse of what this whole experience management means and how it comes to life. And I truly hope by the end of today you will return home, either with the MRT or in your car, and leave today with a very, very positive experience. Thank you very much for your attention.